you have been here before, welcome back, and if you have not been here before, now you have. Today I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a tutorial kind of video since Halloween is coming up and I am very ready for that. Spiderweb top check. I thought it would be fun to go over a few beginner-friendly kind of Halloween-themed granny squares. There's a lot of options out there, not a lot of tutorials though. So I thought it would be fun to show off a few variety of granny squares that you can make for this Halloween season. You can make hats with them, purses with them, tops with them, whatever your heart desires. But yes, in honor of the seasons changing, I thought it would be fun to kind of start early for a new tutorial for some kind of spooky / Halloween ideas. You can do a lot of different things with granny squares, so I thought it would be kind of versatile for people who are still learning, people who are intermediate and experienced, and then people who just need some inspo for some little projects that they want to sell, maybe give as a gift, all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. So starting off, the first square we're going to be making is this little skull granny square that I've used in my bucket hats. Also, throughout this entire video, I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. I have some pink cotton yarn as well as some white cotton yarn so that I can show you guys like the stitching, and then just a pair of scissors as well. So all of the examples that I'm going to be showing in this video start off with a magic ring, so if you aren't sure how to make one of those yet, I would pause real quick and pull up another video just to give you an example so that you can practice a little bit before we start. Once you complete your magic ring, you're going to chain 3 times, which is going to count as your first double crochet in the magic ring. And with that first chain of 3 being your first double crochet, you're going to double crochet 8 more times into the magic ring to give you a total of 9 double crochets. Once you have the 9 double crochet into your ring, I like to pull it tight just a little bit, and then we are going to start the next part, which is a chain of 5. After the chain 5, we are going to be doing another double crochet into the magic ring. We are then going to chain 2 more times, and then once again a double crochet into the magic ring. Then we are going to chain 5 more times. You should now be back where you started, and then you can slip stitch into the top chain of the chain 3, counting as your first double crochet. Lastly, you just want to pull that tail end connected to your magic ring so that you can tighten it, because we are done working in the center of it. Starting off with the second row, we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to put a single crochet into each stitch around the top of the head. Once you arrive at the chain 5 space, you are going to single crochet 6 times into that. In the next stitch, you are going to double crochet. Next, you will run into that chain 2 space, and then you will do 2 double crochet into that space. Then you'll do another double crochet into the stitch next to that chain 2 space, and then you will be at the next chain 5 where you will do 6 single crochet into that space. You are then going to slip stitch back into that first chain space that you made. It will be a little bit tight, but just work your hook through it, you'll get it. You are now complete with the skull portion of the square, and you'll just want to tie it off and cut your string. Next, you're going to want to attach your second color in the exact space that we just tied off from. We are then going to chain 3. This is going to count as your first double crochet. Then in the next stitch, you are going to do 2 double crochet. Then you will chain 1 and then do 2 more double crochet in the exact same stitch. That is going to be your first corner stitch, and then you will do another double crochet right after in the next stitch. The next 3 stitches that we're going to work into are going to be half double crochets. This should go right along the top of his head in the center. If it is lopsided, that means you missed a stitch when you were doing your corner. After the 3 half double crochets, you will do another double crochet in the next stitch, and then the stitch after that, you will make another corner. So you will do 2 double crochets, 1 chain space, and then another 2 double crochets into the exact same stitch. You'll now be at the side of the skull face. You will do a double crochet next to your corner, and then the next 4 stitches you will do a half double crochet. There should be 4 half double crochets on the side of his face. After the 4 half double crochets, you will do a double crochet in the next stitch, and then the stitch after that, you will make another corner with 2 double crochets, a chain, and 2 more double crochet all in the same stitch. Once you've completed that 3rd corner, you will do another double crochet in the stitch next to it, and then the next 3 stitches are going to be half double crochets. After those 3 half double crochets, you will do another double crochet in the next stitch, and then in that next stitch you will do another corner with 2 double crochets, a chain, and 2 double crochets all in the same stitch. After your 4th corner, you'll do another double crochet in the next stitch, and then the next 4 stitches will be half double crochets. This should complete the row, and then once you get to the first chain space that you made, you will slip stitch into that to complete it. At this point, you should be seeing a very prominent square shape. If it's a little bit lopsided looking, that's okay, because the next row of stitches will help fix that. For the next row, you're going to chain 2, and then you are going to do a half double crochet in each stitch all around. On the corner spaces, you're going to half double crochet, chain 1, and then half double crochet all in the same corner space. That way you still have your corner shape. If you want a bit of a bigger square, you can do double crochets all around. You'll just start with a chain 3, and then on your corner spaces you will do 2 double crochets, 1 chain, and 2 double crochets. Once you're finished with that row, you'll just tie off and cut your yarn. This next square is going to be a super cute like monster's eyeball. So starting off with a magic ring, you are going to double crochet 12 times into that magic ring. The first double crochet is going to be a chain 3. So you will do a chain 3, and then you will double crochet 11 more times to reach the total of 12 double crochets in the ring. Once you've completed that, you're going to slip stitch into the first chain, and then you are going to attach a new color. This can be any color you want. I chose green because I like green eyes. You can choose whatever color you want. Starting off with a chain 3, this is going to be your first double crochet. You will then do another double crochet in the same stitch to give you 2 double crochets in one. Then you will do this around the entire eye, so each stitch is going to get 2 double crochets in it. You'll start off with 12 stitches on the ring, and when you're done with this round you will have 24 stitches. It's important that you count afterwards to make sure that you got the correct amount. Once you have completed the row with 24 stitches, you will slip stitch into the first chain of the first stitch and complete the row. Next, you're going to attach your white color and once again do a chain 3 as your first stitch. Then from here, you will increase every other stitch. So you will do your chain 3, and then in the next stitch you will do 2 double crochet. Then the next stitch will be 1 double crochet, then the next stitch will be 2 double crochet. And you'll do this around the whole thing. Once you reach the end of the row, you will slip stitch into the first stitch, and then you will attach your final color. You should now be at 36 stitches, and for this row we are going to do a chain 4 to start off. Then in the same stitch that you started with, you will put a double crochet. This is going to be your first corner, and then all around for the next 9 stitches you're going to do double crochet. Once you get to the 9th stitch, you're going to make another corner, so it'll be a double crochet, a chain, and a double crochet all in the same stitch. You are going to repeat this around the entire eye until you have 4 corners that are separated between 9 stitches. Once you reach the end of the row, you'll slip stitch into that last stitch and it will complete your square. Once you cut your yarn and fasten off, the final step is optional, but it really does enhance the look of the Halloween spooky kind of vibe. If you add some red thread throughout the eyeball, it'll give it kind of a strained look. It doesn't really have to look perfect, and if you're not comfortable with needle and thread, that's okay. This is a good learning experience. But if you just kind of weave it up and down through the white part, it gives it that effect without you having to put in too much effort. So don't stress it if you are intimidated by any kind of sewing. This final example that I'm going to be showing you guys isn't necessarily a granny square. It can just be used as one, but it is actually going to be considered a motif, and it is a spider web. Like always, you're going to start with a magic ring, and then you are going to chain 3. Then in that ring, you are going to add 11 more double crochets for a total of 12 double crochets in the magic ring. When you're finished with the row, you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch, and then for the next row, you will chain 6. Three of those chains count as a double crochet, and then the other 3 count as chain spaces. Then in the next stitch from the previous row, you're going to do another double crochet and then chain 3. Then you'll do another double crochet in the next stitch and chain 3, and you'll do this around the whole thing. Once you reach the end of the row, you'll slip stitch into the first chain, and then the next row you will start off with a chain of 8. Three of those chains count as a double crochet, and the remaining 5 are going to be your chain space. You're going to do a double crochet into the previous double crochet from the last row, and then you'll chain 5, and you will repeat this all around until you reach the end, where you'll do a slip stitch. Just to keep the spiderweb tutorial from being too long, I'm going to stop it here. because the pattern is pretty much the same as you continue. It's just that every row you will increase by 2 on your chain spaces, and that is including the first chain that you make. That counts as your double crochet and your chain space. So on the last row we did 8 chains to start. On the next row you'll do 10, and then the next row after that you'll do 12. And so basically each part of the web is increased by 2 chains, and that is how you will increase the size of it. And these can go as big as you want them. Thank you all for watching. This is my first tutorial style video, so I plan to get a little bit better and a little more thorough with them. If you like the style of this video and you would like to see more, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you next time if you care to come around.